You are now listening to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, episode 185, recorded on December 21st, 2013, brought to you by Frigid Blast Studios in association with NoobReview.com. Welcome to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, your home for quarter munching fun. And I believe I have a very nice flair for the dramatic. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, God. Christmas over yet? I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
Few more days, buddy. Few more days.
I'm sick of 12-hour work days.
I know. That's just ridiculous. It really is.
Granted, I don't have the hardest job in the world, especially at one of the two, but you know, you still, working, especially the one store I work at. I mean, we were going to record this Thursday, but that first job, because it was the only tonight and Thursday were the only two nights before Christmas that I wasn't working both jobs. And Thursday, I was just buried in repairs. I did 10 vacuum repairs Thursday. And I was just like, oh, gosh, I'm so buried in work. And we're just not going to, let's do it Saturday. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, I got some of my Christmas money here. And, I know what it was. It was the last day to get Metal Gear Rising for $15 from BestBuy.com, but it was literally sold out all over St. Louis. It was the PS3 version only, which is the version I wanted. So that had to be ordered, but for me to get free shipping, you have to do $25.
Okay.
So I ended up, and it has to be $25 pre-tax. So I ended up getting Man of Steel on Blu-ray and a $1 cleaning kit / screen protector for 3DS.
Oh, okay.
But does me no good, so I'm just going to have to give it away to somebody because it's for 3DS, not an XL.
Okay. Wow, okay.
But it was $1.
Yeah.
It was the cheapest. I was like, gaming, video games, cheapest to, okay, $1. Sure, I know enough people to 3DS that is an acceptable $1 filler.
I guess, yeah.
So
Although,
then, good.
Maybe you should have, decided to go up a little bit and maybe spend some for yourself. Because, I mean, it's nice to have a screen protector on it.
I got a game and a Blu-ray.
I'm just saying, it's usually a good idea to put a screen protector on a 3DS.
Well, I already have for the XL, of course. I got those when I got it.
Oh, okay.
This was literally, okay, I'm at $24.98. I need to get to $25. What is the cheapest video game thing on BestBuy.com? Okay, $1, sure. Bam.
I didn't realize you already had screen protectors on your 3DS.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Yeah, I always do that. Well, I haven't. It's the weirdest thing. It's easier to get a good screen protector for a Vita or a 3DS or whatever than it is for an iPhone. I still don't have one on my iPhone screen because every single one I get just like peels off and man, Rocket Fish needs to make it for freaking iPhone. I know that's Best Buy's brand. Or I think I got the official Nintendo one for 3DS, but I think I got Rocket Fish on the Vita one when I bought the kit that the case kit and everything that was on clearance. Because, I mean, man, those things just stick on there and they stay on there. But everything for the Vitas, or not for the Vita, iPhone-wise has been crap. But on the Man of Steel and the 3DS thing, it was available at the Manchester Best Buy, so I went in there. And then I was like, oh, I'll just look around. And then I ended up buying like a bunch of the Blu-rays while I was in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I mean, some movies like Great Gatsby and Flight and a couple others I can't remember off the top of my head. But the main thing that I got, and that night I watched half of it, was the first season of The Newsroom on Blu-ray. It was $26. It's Blu-ray, DVD, and then a digital copy.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
And granted, I mean, I was, college newspaper and I was concentrating on sports, but that did bring up some memories from the past. From my times at Murray State and the adrenaline rushes that you would get on when you were working on, a big story. And a lot of big stories happen at Murray for it being such a small college. And, yeah, so that kind of brought me back to happier times, and it was just such a good show. And I watched, there's 10 episodes of the first season, so I watched 5 of them. I've got 2 discs down. It's a 4-disc Blu-ray set, 2 down, 5 episodes, and I'm not that far behind because it's only had 2 seasons.
Yeah,
the second season just ended a couple months ago, so it's not like Mad Men or True Blood where I got like a season of it or 2 of it on Blu-ray and watched most of the first season, and now I'm so far behind that I don't know when I'll ever get back to it. And Mad Men's a little different, although I don't, if I got to watch a Netflix, I could catch up on Mad Men, but the HBO stuff, of course, is generally locked down to HBO until the series. I don't even know if they put like the series that have ended on like Netflix or anything anymore. I don't think even HBO does that anymore, do they?
I think they do.
Do they? Okay.
I think so.
But they're not going to put, I don't think they're going to put Newsroom on Netflix or anything with it being that new. They want people...
I don't know.
They want people like me to go out and buy the Blu-ray, which, by the way, I mean, I love that show and all, but a 10-episode season on Blu-ray to be $50 retail price? No, thank you.
Yeah, that's a little short.
Yeah, because it on Best Buy's registry, it'll show the normal price, and then it took it down to the sale price. But 25, 26, whatever it was, and it was 20 for DVD if you don't have Blu-ray. It was 20 for the DVD, but for $6 you get. Now, granted, the DVD in the Blu-ray set is not very good. It's a 2-sided DVD. It's 2 2-sided DVDs with a quarter of each season on each side. So it gives me memories of the HD DVD days, which I still have way too many of those, where it'd be HD DVD on one side and regular DVD on the other. That's what this is, except it's DVD on both sides. And then the digital copy code. But, I mean, sorry for filling up some time here. I mean, I didn't get to play too terribly much, given with all the work and stuff and going to the land that broadband forgot. In fact, most of what I played has been during that time. And I don't know about Steven, but...
played a little bit here and there, and a whole lot of one game. Okay. And I discovered something that I think is underreported about Vita and PS4. Oh, okay. Well, do you want to talk about that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if there was anything else you wanted to add because I was kind of going on there for a bit.
Just that is odd that they would only put 10 episodes and then charge that much for.
Well, it's HBO. They're proud of their series, and they are pretty good, granted, but.
Price gouging.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I would never buy an HBO series unless it was on sale. They're just way too expensive.
No. All right, so I guess we'll go straight into video games then, huh?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's get into our now playing. All right, so my overworked friend, what have you been playing?
All right, so at the vacuum store, when I'm working at the store that nobody's going into, hardly, I have had some time, although it's recently gotten some Wi-Fi access, so I have been, like today, I may have watched like way too much YouTube on it, but I have put in a little bit of time into Legend of Zelda, Link Between Worlds. I put a little bit more time into that. I got through the first palace.
Okay.
And got the main ability from they give you that main ability there pretty quick for that game, the where you can turn into like the painting version and merge into walls and stuff.
All right, yeah.
And it's kind of neat in the way they do all the items now, since you can buy or rent the items, and then also the wall mechanic as well. So if you remember the Link to the Past, when you would have like the magic wand, let's say, and the lantern and stuff like that would actually use energy, and then like the remember the three mystical symbols or coins or whatever that would do the special attacks, that type of stuff, and there was like a magic meter, an energy meter.
You're asking me about a game that I played probably like 16, 17 years ago, maybe.
Okay,
and
maybe
I really don't remember it that well.
Okay, my bad. I guess my memory just works works.
Well, some people have played it more recently, and some people hold it in super, super high regard as the best of the best Legends of Zeldas.
I would do that, but I need to play the remake of Ocarina of Time on 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, Ocarina of Time was my first Legend of Zelda.
Okay, see, I was brought up on
the... It will always have a very, very special spot in my heart because of that.
And the first...
On top of the fact that it was the first full 3D game.
Right, and... Well, no. Mario 64 came out before.
No. First full 3D Zelda.
Oh, Zelda. Yeah, gotcha. And I hold the original three Zeldas in high regard because I was brought up on those with the Super Nintendo Zelda. Because you don't hear any complaints about a certain dungeon, Water Tower, like you do.
Oh, come off it. It wasn't that hard.
But anyway, okay, so maybe I'm remembering it a little more vividly. My memory does strange. I remember a lot of things pretty vividly, but
I remember I did have trouble with it because I kept getting lost. But I don't know.
Okay, well, you won't have a problem with this one because literally, like everything, you have a map and it marks it. It's like, oh, here you go, and it seems like the worlds are very similar. I don't know if they're the exact same size. Seems like they're maybe a little smaller, but they're laid out the same way. And literally, they're like, oh, here's the mark on your map. It's right here. And granted, you had a map system in the first one as well. But what I was getting at originally was in this game now, because of the way they've designed the item system, there's no arrows to spin. There's no bombs to spin, whatever. Everything is determined by this magic meter. So the first item you get is the bow and arrow, and you have to have it to get into the dungeon. And instead of having to find arrows drops, because the game's so centered about the economy with the rupees, everything is this magic meter, this meter. So when you're merged in the wall, it's constantly draining. And if you run out of energy, you immediately pop out of the wall. So if you're doing these long stretches over pits or whatever, when you're merged into the wall, you'll need to find somewhere. They'll in those specific areas or spots, there'll be like jars and stuff that'll have refills, that type of stuff.
Yeah,
and it also regenerates over time, just more slowly.
Okay.
So everything is controlled by that meter. So you'll have like, I think right now it's like 2 or 3 arrow shots before you run out.
Okay.
And then you have a few seconds of the merge into the wall part. And I'm sure there'll be things later on they'll decrease that or something.
Well, there's probably stuff that increases your magic bar.
Yeah, or that, one or the other. I haven't gotten that far yet, but.
And I do know that there are ways to upgrade each of the items.
Yeah, I mean there were for some of the items in the first one as well. And I imagine it's probably going to end up being something similar.
I think it's actually for every single item you can buy.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well, I haven't.
It has to do with these Mai. I don't know what they are. Don't know what they look like.
See, in the first one, you had to find these specific fairy, like these, not really ponds, but there'd be like these chambers hidden behind
like a spring.
Yeah,
it's like a hidden spring.
Yeah, a hidden spring, real tiny spring that would be hidden by bombs at certain spots, and there'd be a fairy in there. And you would throw an item in there, and they'd be like, "Oh, is this yours? Well, I guess I'll give it back to you." And then there were like a couple of things where they'd be like, "Oh, well, here, I'll upgrade this for you." And I think one of them was the sword. I think one was the shield. One was the bow and arrow, because that's how you got the silver arrows.
Yeah.
There may have been one or two other things that you could upgrade. I can't remember.
Maybe the boomerang?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't remember.
I remember it was like the boomerang, the sword, I think the shield. I know the bow and arrow for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple others. I'd have to look at something.
I don't remember.
But anyway, so I've gotten past the first dungeon, and then in the normal world, I guess you'd call it, and we got the two others. It's kind of funny how they've introduced the enemies in the world now. So when you first get to the world, everything's kind of pretty peaceful and everything. And then when this bad guy comes around and starts raising a ruckus, that's when the world starts getting populated by, it's the similar knights to the first game. Except these aren't like real people. Like in the first game, it was all the knights for the castle had been brainwashed by, what's his name, to serve him. Whereas this one...
Ganondorf?
Well, his little minion dude, but yeah, essentially, yeah. The wizard guy, yeah, I forget.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking. I know that wizard, but I can't remember his name.
But anyway, in this one, like, you'll see them in paintings at the very beginning of the game. It's like, well, who drew this graffiti on the walls? And then that's where they all spring out of after the events unfold. So,
right.
They do an interesting job of having the same enemies, but introducing them in a new way. And that's a lot of what this game is it's the same stuff, but they change enough of it up where it's a little bit different, but you're like, oh yeah, this is like, I remember how to fight these guys, and everything's similar, but it's not just a carbon copy.
Well, it's a very big love letter to that game. That's what it really winds up being, is just a huge love letter to Link to the Past and everyone who remembers all the little intricacies of that game.
All right, so the other game I played was the other handheld one I played was Ys Memories of Celceta. And I played a little bit more of that, and you talk about getting lost. I got lost a bit in that game. I played it for like a half hour or so and really didn't progress very far because I couldn't really figure out where to go. I mean, there's a spot marked on my map to go to, but getting to there, because remember what I said last week, the whole thing with the game is you're filling out this map because no one's ever mapped the world, like the forest, the forest you're in, because nobody's ever survived coming out of it. So it's kind of hard to figure out where you're going, where you're supposed to go. I mean, there is a spot marked, but you can't see how to get to that spot. So I've got a guide pulled up on my phone next time I start playing it, and to figure out where to go. So, I'm still liking Ys. It's not a bad game, but I'm definitely liking Ys 7 better. And it's also really weird. Like, so I get started at the point, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go in this forest, let's get going. And I'm like walking around trying to figure out where to go, filling in this map. And all of a sudden, like, here's this huge giant monkey that I find out later on is 12 levels above me. Or no, more than that. I think I'm like level 5. Well, I was level 5 at the time, so he's like 14 levels over me that, like, in 3 hits can kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like literally like you'd walk out of like the camp, like there's this campsite you can go into right before you go into this forest, and you go to the right, and there's these little monkeys. Okay, sure, and then there's this big monkey that can kill Adol in 3 hits and his companion in 5, and just wipe me out like that. I'm like, the hell?
That's a good question. Yeah.
It's like, what? And I mean, if you're good enough, yeah, you can beat him that early on. But I was like, screw this. I'm just running away from him. And I have read that this game's a lot harder. And yeah, it is. But yeah, I just found that to be like, wow, that is just really random to put that guy just like right there. Now, granted, there's like a health refill point right there. So even if you weren't good enough to avoid getting hit by him, as long as you didn't get knocked down, because you get knocked down, Adol's dead. And I've got like the best armor and stuff I can equip right now.
Yeah.
Because like if he knocks you down, he's going to hit you again, and Adol can only survive like 3 hits from the guy. I mean, there's a monument, right after you get out of the camp, they'll refill your energy. So if you want to do monotonous enough, you can go run, get a couple hits, go refill your health, and just keep doing that. But it's just like, I'm not doing enough damage. This guy's obviously way too powerful for me. I'm just running away. And sure enough, I found out later that he's literally like 4 times above my level, or 3 times. It'd be almost 4 times over my level. So I was like, screw this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I've got a guide pulled up on my phone to figure out where to go to. So, still, it's not a bad game. It's still a good game. But if you're your first Ys game, if you get a Vita and you're like, well, Jason, you talk about this Ys, which is the first one to get? And I would tell you to get either Oath and Felghana or Ys 7. Felghana is going to be a good one, but, it's a port of a Super Nintendo game. I mean, this one is a port of a TurboGrafx game, Memories of Celceta. But Ys 7 is the best one. If you're like, I'm only going to play one of them, then I'm going to tell you to get Ys 7.
No.
That's the best one, period. It's one of the best games on the PSP by far. So, yeah, so that's all I've done on the handhelds. And oh my gosh, because last night I'm like, okay, these handhelds have been bugging me for updates, and I can't do certain stuff without updating them. Let's update them. So yes, that meant I hadn't done all these 3DS updating yet that added the Miiverse, and you had to create a Nintendo ID because I don't have a Wii U, and then I had to link my 3DS to my Nintendo ID so the purchases I had made would be linked, and don't you dare delete that Nintendo ID or you've lost all your stuff, and oh yeah, we need to link your Club Nintendo code, and I've got crappy internet, so yeah, let's do all this, and it took like over a half freaking hour. And then the Vita wanted an update, so I had to do that. And
to be fair, Nintendo still has a little bit of trouble with trying to figure out how stuff should be done on internet stuff.
Yeah.
A few more versions and maybe they'll have something to go on. So they're getting there. It's taking a while.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone out there will be able to hear this in time, but the week of Christmas, the 22nd through the 28th, eShop cards will be on sale again at Best Buy, 20% off again.
I love how you think I'm not going to get the show up before the end of this week.
Well, people can be listening to it. Like I've got like
right. For that week, yes, okay.
People could be listening.
I'm just saying, the way you say it, it feels like a dig.
It wasn't meant to be.
I know it's not meant to be. It just feels that way. I know there have been times where I haven't gotten the show up, but the shorter the episode, the faster I can get it done.
Okay. All right. So the only other thing I played this week is I did take my PS4 as well as my handhelds with me to the land that broadband forgot.
Okay.
And I did get some PS4 gameplay in. But first off, I wanted to bring up something that I think is underreported about the Vita and the PS4, specifically the remote play.
Well, yes, it's a little under talked about, yeah.
Because and granted, probably most people, most of the reviewers, like I've always said, are either in New York or San Francisco, and they've never really thought to test this. So, like, I'm at home, and I think I go to use the bathroom or something, and I wanted to make sure to turn my phone off of Wi-Fi because my parents, have a 4G wireless point, and they only get like 2 gigs a month, and this 4G point overcharges a lot more if you go over than like my phone does. So I was making sure to turn that off, and the wireless kept popping up saying PS4 and a bunch of numerical gibberish. I'm like, wait a minute, the PS4 is putting off a wireless signal by itself with,
I mean, it does have a wireless internet connection.
Well,
so,
right, to receive, I'm used to that, but it's putting one out? Like, this is not my parents', this is the PS4 by itself? Hey, I wonder what would happen if I turned my Vita on and did the PS4 app and did the remote play. What do you mean this works without broadband? I thought it required broadband.
No. Don't be silly.
Well, the way everybody talked about it, it seemed like it needed broadband before you could do the remote play, but...
I think maybe if you weren't in proximity to your PS4, I think. But yeah, no, it doesn't require anything other than just being close enough.
Yeah, so yeah, and I mean, my parents have a small house anyway, but yeah, so I totally was able to enjoy a remote play and show that off. And I was really happy.
What'd you play?
Well, the game I played remote play, just trying it out. We tried. I fooled around, and my cousin and his wife. Like I've said before, this is the cousin who can't play most of the games out there today because he gets headaches from 3D stuff. He can play like racing games or sports games or anything that's like 2D, like a fighting game or something like that. Anything with a with a 3D camera, where you can any type of first person or third person thing with a rotating camera gets him dizzy. So we played a lot of Need for Speed Rivals and taking turns and stuff.
Okay.
So, and here's the sucky thing though. There is no way to check trophies when not connected to the internet right now on PS4. Because I have a ton of PS4 trophies, especially in the other game I'll talk about here in a second, but I have a few Need for Speed ones as well. And I haven't had time to hook up my PS4 yet. But it's also because as soon as I do, there's going to be a crap ton of updates it needs to download, so I just haven't had time. But
well, there's supposedly you can set it to download those while you're not using it.
Well, right, but it's just I would be wanting to use it, but it's part of the PS3's thing, or not the PS3, the PS4's thing, that for whatever reason they decided, oh well, we're just going to have you download all the updates at once instead of downloading, instead of them queuing up, they just all try to download at the same time.
Yeah.
And if you've got a connection like you have, or a lot of other people have, with a nice fast cable or FiOS, whatever, that
probably would be too bad.
Right.
But it would still be a little annoying to have all of them download at the same time.
Right. With no way to pause.
Yeah.
Or anything, because that was one of the best features about the PS3 is you could pause all the downloads.
All right.
So this basically acts worse than a 360. Because 360 you couldn't pause, but it would download one thing at a time. It wouldn't sit there and try to force everything to download at once, and then it just bogs everything down. But anyway, so I played a bit of Rivals. Played a lot as my cousin and his fiance. They wanted to be, when I played it at first to show them the game I was playing as a cop. They didn't want to play as a cop. They wanted to play as a racer. So we played a lot of racing. We played that for a few hours last Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got up to level 5 on because as soon as they would do the task to level up, I'd be like, go, because not only because of fear of crashing again, but also just that when you're a racer, if you don't, now something I found out, on the task, if you complete the task as a racer but get busted, it'll still give you the credit for the task and you'll still level up. You'll just have lost the points. And when you level up, I mean, you get new cars available, but you have to spend those points. So if you haven't banked any, then it's going to get hard to get new cars. But as soon as the tasks were created, I'd like lean over and hit right, use the D-pad is what controls like the GPS, and it said like go to the hideout, just go to the hideout, because I want to bank those points.
Yeah. So
I had a lot of fun with Rivals, and then the other game that I played, and I used a little. I can't really talk about it, but I am now the owner of a PS4 copy of Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah. I find it odd that you're going to play it on PS4.
Well, it's something to where it's something where I had a limited time to be able to change out the 360 copy for a PS4 copy, and I could get a 360 copy anytime I wanted.
Okay.
To rent.
Right. You don't have to emphasize that,
I like to make that distinction, but
right, it's rental.
Yeah.
You don't have to rent.
Well,
you don't have to emphasize it so much.
Well, there's different types of rent, and I
know you're renting it for free through things that are don't need to be talked about.
Right. So I just think it's an inside joke. I know Thor enjoys it.
Sorry, Thor. We ain't doing that anymore.
All right. Anyway, so I had a limited time to upgrade it, so I decided, sure, let's go ahead and upgrade it. And then I was like, well, I'm in the land that broadband forgot, so I'm obviously not doing a multiplayer. Let's put the single player through. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Steven, and I'm sorry to a lot of the people that have, I enjoyed the single player. I really enjoyed it. I found it to be quite enjoyable. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing in the world. It's not the best shooter of the year or anything, but I've really enjoyed it, and I'm like 3/4 of the way through it, I think.
Okay, that's actually very shocking.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I have not seen, I've not seen what everybody else has in terms of everybody else's. Everybody's got the opinion, and that's fine. It's opinion. Everybody's got one. It's just, there's been a lot. You have not liked it, and you've been very vocal about that. A lot of people have been very vocal about it, but I've been playing through it, and I've been like, this is fine. It's not super innovative or anything, but I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time with it. It's not been that buggy. I've had like a couple of things happen where I had to restart a checkpoint, but both times it was right at a checkpoint, so I didn't lose much progress. And things have played. The levels have been pretty interesting. I will say the stealthy kind of sequence when you're in a jungle, that one was a little, with the little call out to the movie with the thing you're wearing on your wrist.
Oh, you mean the motion tracker?
Yes, I was trying not to spoil stuff, but yes.
Well, that doesn't spoil what happens.
Okay,
you're just wearing a motion tracker in the jungle sequence.
Okay.
For some random reason. That's like one of the only places you use that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in the jungle with a motion tracker, and it that thing literally sounds so.
It's so loud. It's like, okay, that guy who just passed 5 feet to my left.
How are they not hearing this?
He might have maybe heard something.
Unless it's something to where it's wired into your headset, maybe, so it's not.
Maybe.
So it's
but
not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. But I actually enjoyed that sequence.
Well,
that was one of the two sequences that I really... Well, one of the three sequences that I actually liked.
The sequence is fine, but the way it's laid out... And I mean, it's not like I couldn't figure it out, but I did... Like, they just kind of drop you in, and it's them trying to, like, open up the environment a bit, I guess, because they get, criticized so many times for being, just a corridor shooter.
Yeah.
But in the second half of that sequence, they'll be like, hey, we're over here. Try to get past these guys. So I'm like, okay. So, like, well, I'm going to be super stealth guy, and I'm just going to, like, there's this clear, there's these sections over here to the right, and I'm just going to go this way. And, like, I'm going through the jungle, and I reach a dead end. I'm like, well, what the hell? And I was like, did this bug out or something? Turns out, no, it's just I wasn't even supposed to go all the way over there. I'm supposed to go past I'm supposed to actually get my way. When they said get past the guys, they meant literally get past the guys, not around them. But they don't make that very clear, so I ended up being a little more aggressive and being able to get to the point I was actually supposed to get to.
Well, I think I wound up just crawling through most of the foliage throughout that entire level until you meet up with your group. Well, that was how I did it the first time.
Well, right, but I mean, like, literally, like, because, like, you can go around to the right, and there's this whole other section of the map, and you'll just be walking around there and crawling around, and you're like, where the hell am I supposed to go? So then you go all the way back, and it's like, oh, instead of going around them, I was literally have to go through them, through this area where they're all patrolling, and then, and then eventually, you meet up with your teammates, but... When they say get past and they're all standing around this spot and there's all this open area to the right, figured, okay, I need to go right. And nope, you're supposed to go left.
Well, I mean, I think the area you're talking about, I think it crawled directly across the cliff edge.
Yeah, there's a cliff edge, but I mean, there's a whole section to the right of there. I mean, there's a whole path you can crawl and walk down through there, and eventually you end up at a dead end.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just because I was listening very carefully to exactly what they said.
Yeah, and I mean, I had my headphones on. It was late at night, granted, when my parents were sleeping, but still, that was them trying to open things up and not doing it well. But a lot of the other stuff, I mean, I've really liked. I think that, the gameplay is switched up a bit. You do different things. There's the part...
That underwater sequence, I don't know if you reached it yet.
Yeah, I'm past that.
There's two of them.
Oh.
One of them is the extended underwater sequence.
Okay, where did I end up? Okay, Okay, I'm going to type to you...
Well, did you hit Las Vegas yet?
No.
Okay.
I typed you the last thing I did.
Did you blow up a submarine or ship?
Yes, I blew up a ship, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that is technically the longest sequence underwater. I hated it so much. It is so hard to get past those damn sharks.
Yeah, I luckily got through it on the second try. I did die the first try.
It took me like 3 or 4 tries to even get past them.
Yeah, I got past it on the second one. I think I got lucky, but...
And then I had to redo that section a few times because I missed this one location where the intel drops. Literally drops. It floats in from the top of your screen.
Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't gotten hardly any of the collectible intel files. I've gotten like 1.
Well, like, I pretty much have all the single-player achievements except beat it on veteran.
Oh, okay.
So, I have everything I could possibly do in that game.
Yeah.
Other than the extinction achievements and beat it on veteran.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I mean that sequence wasn't super fun. I mean, so like I said, I mean it's not my favorite, Call of Duty, but it's good. I mean, it's better than like World at War and Modern Warfare 2 and probably Modern Warfare 3. I mean, I'd still say like Call of Duty 4.
Better than Modern Warfare 2? Really?
Maybe I'm not remembering Modern Warfare 2 that well.
I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was a big roller coaster ride, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely better than World at War, and Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I'm thinking,
I could see how it would definitely be better than Modern Warfare 3.
I think it's better than Black Ops 2. I didn't fall in love with the Black Ops 2 one as much as
Ghosts offends me with its story. Black Ops 2 did not.
Okay, I mean, I don't. I mean, yeah, there's stuff making fun of me, but I don't know. I mean, what's to say? I mean,
Well, let's wait until you hit the end of the story,
okay,
and then we'll see what happens.
Okay,
Let's see if your opinion shifts.
I don't think it's super crazy for Venezuela to lead if all of the oil in the Middle East dries up. I don't, it seems plausible for Venezuela to kind of bully all the other South American states and make themselves a new world power.
That's not even the most unbelievable part of it.
Okay.
It's that they would somehow be able to decimate the majority of the U.S. military.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of crazy that they would have enough to be able to get.
And where is Europe in all this? I mean,
yeah.
What happened to Europe?
Yeah.
All our allies in Europe.
Yeah, and
I'm pretty sure China wouldn't be too happy with Venezuela invading the U.S. and making it so that we can't pay our debts to China.
And how does? Yeah, I'm not saying that there's not plot holes, and I'm not saying this is great.
Big problems with this story.
And yeah, and like I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more as a dumb popcorn movie than I'm not trying to get Zero Dark 30 out of it.
Yeah, I think that might be the problem. I had at least minor expectations.
Yeah,
whereas
how are they doing
I should have had
program?
Zero expectations.
Yeah. To enjoy it, you have to look at it as a dumb popcorn movie. This is not, this is not some type of smart military movie. This is dumb. This is Bad Boy. I mean, this is it's the Michael Bay.
Not even close. Bad Boys was actually a good movie.
Yeah, and I like both the Bad Boys as well, but
Bad Boys 2 wasn't bad.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying though. It's that kind of. It's a Transformers. It's
It offends me on a level that Transformers 2 does.
Okay, yeah, it's just action, and you just play it and have fun playing it, and try not to think about how the setup works or doesn't work. And, I don't know. It's not great. It's not an 8.5 or a 9 or anything, but it's, it's above average. It's enjoyable. It would be an okay rental.
Sure, as long as you weren't specifically expecting a good story.
Yeah. It's not going to win awards for story, but
hell no.
Right. But I've gotten most of the way through it, and it's just I need to hook up my PS4, but there's so many updates waiting for me, and I've been so busy at work I haven't had a chance. And then, like I said, Thursday night, when I got home from work, watched a bunch of Newsroom. Last night took an hour to update my handheld systems that were begging for those updates for a while. So I'm done. So, Steven, what have you been playing?
Oh, I guess we'll finish up the Ghost Talk. I played a ton more multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Although I really only played 2 days worth of it, so didn't quite hit the point where I was able to prestige just yet. But again, still very lag heavy issues at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a few bugs that they might need to work on, just straight up bug-wise. Because, once again, I went to play it today, and it went, oops, server's down. I go back, reload the game from the dashboard, and hey, guess what? It worked that time. So, yeah, explain that to me. And then also, there's... After the latest update, for some reason, and I don't know why, during the timer countdown at the beginning of the matches, normally the screen is black and white, right?
Right.
Well, until you get to the 15-second countdown for the beginning of the match, because for some reason it starts at 25 now. I guess to get everybody connected, but that seems excessive. But yeah, for the first however many seconds before the 15-second timer kicks in, it's in color. And if you choose your class before the counter hits 15, you'll be in black and white until the beginning of the match.
Okay.
But if you pick your class after the timer kicks to 15 seconds and starts counting down, you'll be in color.
Okay.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a bug, obviously. And it's weird. But yeah, what I really want them to do is fix those goddamn friggin' spawns. Oh my god, they infuriate me so much.
Yeah, so I did what MVP suggested, and you don't really see it until you click on one of their tweets. And you'll have to go back, but a couple of days ago they put out a tweet about the change, like, oh, here's the updates that we've done to the game or something like that. I forget when it was. I posted it in the ragtag chat, Steven, what the day that they did that. And I didn't have a way to take a picture of the tweet or anything, but it was like Wednesday or so. They were touting the changes they had done, and you just clicked on that tweet and then started reading the responses. Oh my gosh, it was just so many things. And then like Activision support was getting in there. And it was just like, oh, well, thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback. Oh, you need to report cheaters and just all this stuff. And it's just like unintentional comedy scale, just off the charts. Just reading all this is just so funny.
Yeah, the fact that I've heard a lot of hacking, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear about any hacking in Black Ops 2.
Or Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1.
I heard some things that maybe some people were hacking in Modern Warfare 3, but I don't think I ever saw them.
Right. They weren't
but
very
I'm hearing a lot about people hacking in Ghosts.
Yeah, back to the Modern Warfare 2 days when I said screw this game, and
Yeah.
I traded it for $37.50.
I don't know how long I'm going to keep playing it. I really don't. I'm going to keep going until I decide, screw this game, and I'm going to burn the damn thing. But I'll actually probably just trade it in and get some credit for it, because I'd rather get credit and burn it.
Well, I'm warning you right now, the current gen trade-in prices for Call of Duty are...
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Because there's been so many of those upgrades done, and people pissed off about the multiplayer. I think the base trade-in's down to $20 already on Ghosts on 360. So the most you could get for it right now.
I mean, there's the trade-in for an extra 30% for some games as well.
A little birdie would tell you to, if you're going to do it this week, to wait until after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
But there has to be a game that you would want to get in its place.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of games like Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, for instance.
Okay. Little birdie will tell you that you won't be able to fully pay for that if you...
Oh, I have plenty of other credit. I just would want to maybe get rid of a bunch of other stuff.
Okay, well, A little
I will
birdie will
not.
tell you
I will
something.
not pay a dime for any of these. Anything I want to buy right now. I have plenty of credit for.
Okay. But just a little birdie would tell you if you're going to do it this week, wait until the day after Christmas, but do it the 26th through the 28th.
Okay.
Just a little tip from a little birdie I heard.
Little inside dealing going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't know when I'm going to get rid of it, if I'm going to get rid of it anytime soon, but we'll see. It's definitely getting to the point where I'm angry at it a lot. So, yeah. We'll see. Let's see.
Oh, you just want to do the rest of 360?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out which game I wanted to do first. We'll do Borderlands 2 because it's not too much. Played some more Borderlands 2, played the DLC Headhunter pack for Thanksgiving. The what was it? The ravenous hunger of the insatiable hunger of the ravenous wattle gobbler. It's pretty funny. Like, I mean, Borderlands 2 for the most part was really, really funny anyway. But then the Headhunter packs are decently funny as well. So once again, it's one main mission, one side mission set, and then that's it. So
yeah, I just got, because Borderlands was one of the flash sales earlier this week. Yeah. So I got the Halloween one because that was like $1.
Yeah,
something.
It was real cheap.
And then I got the second Vault Hunter pack. Even though I'm nowhere close to needing it, I just went ahead and got it while it was on sale.
Yeah, the extra level pack.
Yeah. The second one, because I didn't have that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have that one either, so I grabbed that one when it was on sale as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really much going on sale-wise, though.
Well, okay. I mean, I did get the Forza Horizon Season Pass for $15. I was very happy with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd already gotten like 3 of the 8 car packs, 1 from the collector's edition and 2 I had bought on sale. So that was still 5. That was still like 5 packs I didn't own plus the rally expansion. So I got $45 worth of stuff I didn't own yet for $15.
Okay.
So I was happy with that.
Yeah, it's just been kind of mediocre so far.
And then it'll be you're not going to get the episode out tomorrow, but the 22nd is going to have Soul Calibur 2 HD online for half off. I'll get that for $10.
Yeah, $20 for that was a little bit. It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
I liked that game. I still have that game for my GameCube. I don't think I really need to buy it again.
How does Nintendo not coerce Namco into making a version of that for the Wii U so that there's a version of that with Link in it?
I don't know.
Because this one has both Higachi and I think it has both
Spawn.
Yeah, Higachi and Spawn. But obviously it doesn't have Link. Even though the GameCube version was the best-selling version of the 3 back in the day.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Could it be maybe there was something about the GameCube version that everybody really liked? I don't know.
Even though it had one less button. In spite of that.
Whatever. I don't think it was a huge problem.
Oh.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So I went through all the Thanksgiving DLC for Borderlands 2. Had a lot of fun with it. I met Torg's grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
She's interesting, that's for sure. Yeah. The side quest for that DLC involves her entirely.
Oh.
It's interesting.
Okay.
Maybe goes on just a little too long.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
But it's still interesting.
Okay.
So I don't want to spoil what happens. But yeah, it maybe just goes on a little bit long for that side quest.
Okay.
But the main quest is hilariously funny and just as much fun as the first Headhunter pack.
Okay.
So once Christmas is over, and I've figured out whether I got any Xbox Live gift cards, I'll see what I can do about grabbing the third Headhunter pack as well.
Yeah, I kind of burned through mine getting the Ultimate. We'll talk about it in the news, but the Ultimate Marvel, and then the Borderlands stuff, and then the whatchamacallit, Season Pass. Thank you for Forza Horizon. Yeah. So I got $30. So that kind of burned through all that, or the majority of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what I was buying. I don't remember what I bought. I bought something when it was on sale. Oh, right. I think it was for Thanksgiving there was some sales.
There was a Black Friday, like one day only stuff.
Right, yeah. That's what I used a bunch of money on.
I don't remember what it was. Nothing. I didn't buy anything that day.
I broke down and bought Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, for like less than $5, I'm like, that's pretty good.
I've got Demon Souls from PlayStation Plus if I ever want to torture myself bad enough.
No. Here's the difference between Dark Souls and Demon Souls.
Okay.
Dark Souls is tough. Demon Souls is evil. It is mean. Downright evil mean.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Okay, I still didn't...
But yeah, I've just been watching so many people play it. I'm like, I kind of maybe want to try it out.
Okay.
So I'm kind of waiting until just after Christmas to see how much credit I have for Amazon and a bunch of other places to figure out what I want to do.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought that when it was on sale, and I think I bought something else when it was on sale as well. Don't remember what though.
Okay.
I know it was something. Nah, I'll probably eventually talk about everything anyway. So, whatever. Where was I? Borderlands 2. Yeah, that was pretty much all I did for Borderlands 2, other than swap some items between some characters, just so I could get some more inventory space. I need to give you a bunch of really good level 50 stuff. I mean, really good level 50 stuff.
Yeah.
Just, I have a ton of level 50 shields that would be excellent for you.
Okay.
So many orange shields that I can't do anything with these.
Okay.
Well, I have a shield that literally you toss it like a grenade every time it depletes.
Okay.
And that's pretty funny. It's called the Cradle. Or was it the Grave? I think it's the... No, it is the Cradle. Because then the flavor text is to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then I got a bunch of other ones, like the Impaler. Yeah.
Okay.
It's instead of just being a standard spike damage shield, whenever you get shot by gun damage, it literally shoots spikes everywhere of acid. It's pretty awesome. So, I want to offload some of these.
I got you. Nice.
So we got to get together and we'll give you a bunch of stuff. Then I was playing I played the entirety of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Yeah, I just got that game. Haven't opened it yet.
Wow, did my opinion wildly shift while I was playing this throughout the entire time. I was playing the 11 hours I played of it. Yeah, I went from loving it to hating it with a passion to being, okay, I love this again, to hating it with a passion. Oh, loving it, hating it with a passion. Oh my god, it is so dramatic how much my mood shifted when I was playing this game. The boss fights for Monsoon and the boss fight at the very, 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 very end of the game. Those boss fights made me so angry. I don't know how much I can impart that it is imperative that you understand how to do the parry system. If you do not master the parry system, you will frustrate yourself like I did. So badly.
Okay.
It is extremely important to master the parry. And you just have to do it over and over again until you just get it. And that's really all there is to it. Also, don't really bother upgrading the secondary weapons that you get. Spend all your upgrade points on your main weapon and your life and energy upgrades.
Okay.
You'll thank me later.
Gotcha.
When you hit the end of the game, you will know why.
Okay.
Because it makes a huge difference.
Forget all the side stuff. Forget they exist.
Yeah. Trust me. Once you eventually upgrade everything else to the maximum...
Right.
And it will actually tell you, hey, this is complete. There's nothing else you can do with it.
Right.
I think each of them maxes out at 5, I want to say.
Okay.
I know the sword maxes out at 5. I think the life either maxes out at 4 or 5 as well. But, yeah. So, yeah. I also play through both of the 2 DLC story missions.
Mm-hmm.
Jetstream Sam's DLC and Blade Wolf's DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Jetstream Sam basically functions like Raiden, only he doesn't have VR mode.
Okay.
To highlight stuff in gold thermal stuff.
Okay.
So you can't see cyborgs through walls and stuff.
Okay.
But basically he's got a high frequency sword, so you can do exactly the same kind of parry system and everything like Raiden. So, I enjoyed that DLC enough, but it really recycles all the places you've been.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just a little side story to tell you how Sam came to be shacked up with the PMC you're fighting in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Blade Wolf's DLC is how he came to be I don't know, that's not how it's kind of just his, it's not really his origin, but it's kind of what he was doing before he met Raiden.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. In a similar way to how he wound up with Desperado, the PMC.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the DLCs were okay. Nothing wrong with them. But Blade Wolf plays a little differently.
We should note real quick, are these still free?
As far as I know, those 2 story DLCs are free.
Yeah. The Konami, for whatever reason. And this just irks me. I mean, glad that they did that, but the 2 epilogues for Castlevania Lords of Shadow never, ever got a sale in like 3 years.
Yeah, it's weird.
Never. I mean, they never got one. This game's 2 epilogues just get discounted to free a few months after it comes after they come out. I'm just like, what? What?
I don't know. I guess nobody was buying them.
Well, I mean, Konami was charging like $10 or $15 for the 2 epilogues on Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, but how many people actually bought it?
Well,
That's
that's
the thing.
okay. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, then why didn't they make those? Well, I mean, I know why they didn't make them free because they packaged it in as part of the collection that's out now, and that's fine. But they never saw a sale, not one. And it's like literally like the story DLCs that have never been on sale for major releases, you can count on your 2 hands. I mean, it's pretty much Mass Effect Citadel. The one for the Pigbee's Perfect 10 from Enslaved, the Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Oh, right, yeah.
The Castlevania Lords of Shadow ones. I don't know if Tiny Tina's had a sale yet, but if she hasn't, it will at some point. It's Borderlands DLC.
Yeah. I think it was on sale a little while ago.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like almost everything gets put on sale at some point, and it's one of the few things that didn't. And then this they just made free, so that irks me a little bit.
It is weird. I don't understand the idea behind that.
Yeah,
but I mean, they're worth playing.
Yeah, they're worth free.
Yeah, no, they're very much worth playing.
Yeah, they're worth your time.
They're not bad at all.
I gotcha. I'm just teasing Konami.
But wow, this game is so tight-fisted with its achievements.
Oh boy.
I don't even have 500, and I've already hit 29 achievements.
You haven't. Nothing's more tight-fisted in terms of recent games than Last of Us.
Okay.
I think Thor got through the game and only got like 4 trophies.
Damn. Okay then.
Yeah, I remember he had a Facebook post or something griping that he only had 4 trophies from playing Last of Us because it doesn't pop any of the trophies until you beat the game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So they're all secret and hidden?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. Okay then. Well, yeah, it's probably not that tight-fisted, but it is still fairly tight-fisted for a game that came out not that long ago. Just in terms that I still don't have 500 achievement points in it, and I have almost half the achievements. That's pretty tight-fisted. I have like 440, and I have 29 achievements.
That's not that horrible.
None of the other achievements that I could actually achieve would get me even close to 500. None of them. So that's, yeah. I could maybe get 25 more points total if I really wanted to. But I kind of finished. I kind of hit my limit of trying to grind out battle points to use for upgrades and such. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it enough that I would want to see a sequel to this game. Very much so. But I'm a little more lukewarm on the amount of love that I was showering it last week.
Okay, so
it's a little bit much, maybe.
Got a bit of a roller coaster.
It's definitely, once I started to get the hang of being able to do the parry a little more often, I started to hate it less again and get back into it. But then the camera, that god-awful camera, it's so bad. It does whatever the hell it wants to do. It doesn't show you exactly what you need to see. There may be a lock-on in that game, but even with that lock-on, sometimes that camera will swing wildly in places you do not need it to be. It'll be showing you the back of the enemy that you're trying to attack. seeing the back of the enemy does not help when you're trying to do counterattacks. It kind of makes it a little tough. So, yeah, just be aware the camera will give you an aneurysm, most likely. As it did me. Oh, God, that camera. But, yeah, I finished up the story, finished up both DLCs. Like I said, still very good game. I'm happy I played it. Don't think it would go anywhere near Game of the Year discussions. Definitely not.
Okay.
But still a worthy game to play.
I gotcha. Okay.
Alright. Then last full 360 game that I played was a demo. And that was the demo for Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, which comes out next month.
You didn't play Minecraft?
I said last full game.
But
that's the demo. I did play Minecraft.
Oh.
But that is Xbox Live.
Oh, gotcha.
We'll do the demo first because
okay, I gotcha. Got confused there. Sorry.
I don't know what the hell I played when I played this game.
Yeah, I've not kept up with Dragon Ball. I mean, I watched it in the 90s. I was in college and like everybody did, but I just fell out of it because, I mean, it's kind of, it's the beginner's anime, and I just fell out from it. And there's been all these movies and stuff. Is this like a new movie or something?
Kinda, but not really.
There's ads for it at GameStop.
There is a new movie. There is a new movie that's, I think, being translated to English now.
Okay, I saw signs for this, and it was like, pre-order, you get the new Goku Super Duper form being introduced in blah, blah, blah. I mean...
Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, I want to say.
Yeah, because it's like, this is because Dragon Ball is the first new game coming out. It's like the end of January. It's the first game coming out post-Christmas, so they've already got the posters and stuff in at GameStop. So I saw something about them, like, what, Goku's alive again? I thought he was dead.
It's the first movie that they've done in a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time since they did any movies.
Okay, so, well, let's get back to the game before we fall into that box.
I was so confused when I started playing this. It kind of tries to tell the story of Dragon Ball Z, but not...
Again?
I know. Only here's the thing. It's like the Cliff Notes version, but then they decided to change a bunch of things as well.
So, what? So this is the Kingdom Hearts recoded of Dragon Ball Z?
I don't know what that means. You know I hate Kingdom Hearts with a passion.
I never played...
You're gonna have to explain that.
Kingdom Hearts Recoded is essentially I would consider it a filler game. It was originally 3DS, or regular DS. It was one of the two regular DS games where Jiminy Cricket's journal, where he wrote down everything that's going on, starts disappearing and rewriting itself. And because he has these mystical powers, he can remember how things are really supposed to be, so he has to go in this computer simulation of Kingdom Hearts 1 and fix the corruption that is corrupting the story of Sora and blah, blah, blah.
Okay. I don't think it's like that.
Well, I mean, it's retelling Kingdom Hearts 1 with, like, weird stuff, but...
I think it's just somebody decided, hey, this might be more fun if this happens first. So instead of fighting Raditz as the very first fight, you fight Cybermen. Okay. But they didn't happen until the second Saiyan fight with Vegeta and Nappa.
Right.
So, okay.
Okay, I've already... These games still sell, too. Not to the numbers of... but I still see people going into GameStop like, well, what's the best Dragon Ball game? And most of the workers there are like, I don't play them.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai, the Budokai series, Budokai 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and that's normally what I do. I'm like, here's the Budokai games in HD. That's normally where I see them point. They're like, oh, Raging Blast. I want Raging. Where's Raging Blast 3? I know, but I just saw this the other day, and the guy was like, I want Raging Blast 3 so bad. I'm like, I heard that wasn't very good. No, you're wrong.
It was terrible. I believe I played the demo for that, and that was terrible.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the first Raging Blast. I don't remember.
But
those were terrible. Absolutely just drivel.
Well, you've drained any interest I have of even. That's not worth my bandwidth.
It's so confusing. That's the thing. I don't know what it's trying to do, but it is not a fighting game in the slightest.
Oh, great.
It's like an arena battle kind of thing. But it's also multiplayer at the same time.
Oh,
it's weird. It's like it's up to 4 players. It's arena based.
The combat, you're making it sound like a Tales game in terms of the combat, not the.
But it's not good. That's
well.
It's 2-button combat.
Okay.
It's weird. You have your energy button and your melee button. That's it. And then different combinations of shoulder button, trigger, blah, blah, blah. Does your different special beam moves.
Okay.
Which are okay, I guess. And then you hold both your triggers to your Kaioken, although for some reason he has the Kaioken at the very beginning of the game. I don't know why. What?
Okay. Let's move on before you...
It's so weird. I don't know who this game is supposed to be for.
It's Bandai wanting money, so they just slap a game together and put Dragon Ball Z on it.
Right, okay, but to diverge that much from the story, and then also add a ton of mechanics that make it just mediocre, and kind of just really... There's a whole support system.
Didn't say it was going to be good.
There's this whole support system where you can revive your teammates. It's a lock-on based fighting system, but it's terrible.
Okay.
Please don't buy this game, people.
Okay.
Just avoid this game.
Alright. Moving on.
Yeah, alright. So I played some more Minecraft, and that was a whole hell of a lot more fun, because I went some cave diving again with another waterfall, although this one was a little closer to my actual house that I built. And this time, I found a nice big vein of 5 diamonds, and I was so happy. So now I have my diamond pickaxe, and I'm getting ready to make a enchanting table, because I gotta go collect some obsidian to make it. I cannot wait for you to be able to play some Minecraft on PlayStation platforms.
I can get Minecraft on 360 if I wanted it.
They could, yeah, but I can't wait to see what they've done to upgrade it for the next gen systems. My guess would be the world to be even bigger.
I imagine that it's probably just going to be the PC version with updates that match the PC time. Like whenever the PC version gets an update, maybe the next gen consoles get the same update.
Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, I have a lot of fun when I'm playing Minecraft. It's nice, relaxing, for the most part, unless a creeper just decides to run up and explode. Which is always a good idea that's the reason you want to have armor on. So that you don't die from a random creeper. So, yeah, I just upgraded myself to iron armor again. And, yeah. Just having a lot of fun running around the world. I still have to finish filling out my map, so I have the entire landmass mapped out, so I can find my way around. But other than that, yeah, not much else going on. Gonna build a second story to the house. Gonna build a basement to the house. So I can store all my stuff. So that's pretty much it for that. All right, so now we move to the handhelds, where I finally decided I'm done with Picross E3.
Okay.
I finished up the final extra puzzle, and yeah, those last few Mega Picross puzzles, I don't want to play them, so It's the first Picross game for the eShop that I just can't finish.
Okay.
Actually, it's the first Picross game, period, that I can't finish just because I don't like that mode.
Okay.
So, yeah. Still had fun. Then I also heard that there was another e-game for Picross released in Japan just last month. It's Picross E4.
Oh, dear.
My guess would be sometime late January for release in the on the eShop for US and Europe, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
The big question is, I wonder what mode they decided to throw in this time. So we'll see.
Okay.
Then the only other game that I was playing a lot more of was Pokemon Y. And I did play a lot of it because my power went out on Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah. Was out from about a little after 6 o'clock in the afternoon to a little before 11 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty good amount of time to have no lights and electricity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was mostly just playing Pokemon the entire time. So I finally had my first encounter with Team Flare. And they definitely had a flair for the dramatic.
Were they wearing the required for the not so required 40 pieces?
The what?
Office Space joke.
No, sorry.
You've never seen Office Space?
Nope. Never watched it.
Oh my god.
You have no right to say that to me when you haven't seen some movies that I love.
Okay, but all right, we just like you.
Have you watched Princess Mononoke?
Okay, an anime versus like one of the quintessential movies of the 90s.
Have you watched Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind? Have you watched Howl's Moving Castle?
No.
Have you watched Spirited Away?
No.
I am a Miyazaki fan.
Okay.
Watch some of those and then we can talk.
I don't think that's a fair comparison.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, where was it? Yeah, Team Flare. So, yeah. They have a flair for the dramatic, and, yeah. That's the first time I've encountered them, so I'm inside the fossil cave, where they've apparently taken up residence. And, yeah, I guess I gotta just battle my way through them, and then I'll eventually get the fossil that I revive. Because every single game now has to have a fossil you revive to get an ancient Pokemon from. I'm not sure why. I think that's a weird thing to have in every single one. But, alright, whatever. So, can't wait to figure out which ones they have. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I left off on that. Just leveling up. I spent some time in the Battle Chateau, which is a building that you find just after you wake up Snorlax. It's just a place to do battles. You get some extra money, a lot of money, especially if you have the amulet coin equipped to one of your Pokemon that you use. And other than the money, I think you really just get experience from that. I'm not sure what happens when you reach the highest rank in the Battle Chateau. But it must be something that you get, but I don't know.
I don't have the book with me. I've got the book, but it's in the car.
All right. Well,
yeah, because thank you, Walmart.
I mean, that's kind of like the only thing I would be curious about.
Okay, I'll go look when we're done here. I'll go get it.
Yeah, that's kind of all I've been doing. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did. It was just got up to the point where I'm facing off against Team Flare now. So maybe I know who's in charge of Team Flare. Maybe. Okay. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yep.
Alright, so that's all the stuff that I've been playing. How about we get... what do you want to do first? Do you want to do news? Do you want to do NPDs?
Let's get the news done.
Yeah, I mean, because there hasn't been too much, so let's get in all the stuff that has happened, at least.
And now, the latest game news from around the world.
Alright, so the little tiny bit of news that there was, what was it?
Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about, was kind of these digital license things expiring. We're running into some of these again, and the big headliner one at the beginning of the week was Capcom. Other than Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, which apparently has a little bit longer in its life, but Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 family, Capcom, the rights have run out, and either Disney will not renegotiate and or Capcom can't afford them. So all those games have already disappeared completely from PlayStation Network in terms of both full game downloads and the costume DLC. And by December 26th, will be gone from Xbox Live.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
PlayStation did have a sale for it all, but that sale kind of started before we knew the full details of everything. And then, but now we know that, it's already gone completely from PlayStation Network, and then on Xbox. And like I was telling Steven before we started, this had me go look at my 360 disc that I bought used last year and used a grand total one time, and I looked at it and it's cracked. So I bought the download, because the download right now is $5, and the costume DLC is also $5, but I had gotten that from a sale last year when I got the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll probably put a Facebook post up about this tonight or tomorrow, but if you're wanting that game, it goes off sale tomorrow. Or tomorrow or Monday morning, something like that, and then then you have like Christmas to get it at full price, and then it's gone. And it just makes me wonder if, well, it kind of depends, I guess, because there's also talk about, will Disney not allow people like Evo and stuff to stream the game, because Ultimate Marvel, in terms of viewers, is still the #1 competitive fighting game in the world.
Well, it's very flashy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch.
So, is this going to become something like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, where the gold edition of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 on 360, just Marvel Ultimate Alliance in general on PS3, and Marvel vs. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 Gold, to get a complete used copy, you're looking at about $60 to $80 to get that. Jeez. Because that's the only way right now to get the DLC if you did not buy it previously. Because Ultimate Alliance had that one DLC, or those 2 DLC packs of like 8 characters. And if you don't have the gold edition, there is no way to have that DLC now, because Activision lost the license.
Yeah.
And then this just makes me wonder if Ultimate Marvel, right now, you can get a used copy at GameStop for around $20. I wonder if that's going to go up now that it's going to be out of print digitally, as well as being out of print at retail.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I just kind of wondered. I foresee a spike in price of that game. So if you want to get it cheap, you might want to get the download, because it'll never be that cheap again. At least in the current generations and stuff. Also, we found out earlier this week, just a couple of days ago, that apparently this is also happening for X-Men and the Simpsons arcade games, from Konami.
Yeah, which is really weird.
They've already disappeared off PSN, and they're still on Xbox for the time being. Now, there's another thing on there. If you look on the Xbox sale right now, it says Last Chance Marvel, and this Marvel Ultimate Alliance stuff's there. It makes me wonder if Activision is getting ready to lose the Spider-Man games. Because if you go on the Xbox sales right now, it says Last Chance Marvel, and it's literally every X-Men and every Spider-Man game, other than the Ultimate Alliances, that Activision has done. It's showing all 4 Spider-Man games, Web of Shadows, the one good one, the one really good one, and then Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time, and Friend or Foe. It's got X-Men Destiny and the X-Men movie game, and X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then the X-Men arcade game, and it's got listed under Last Chance Marvels. So it seems like Disney is just bringing that all in-house. So say goodbye to the... I think it's not really been reported on yet, but I think say goodbye to the Spider-Man games as well. Digital.
Well, to be fair, Activision's just kind of been phoning it in for a while with those.
Well, X-Men Destiny's not their fault. That's all on Silicon Knight's door.
I know, but I'm just the Spider-Man games.
Well, they were churning them out one a year.
They've been phoning them in for a while.
Web of Shadows is really good. Shattered Dimensions is pretty good. From what I've heard, Edge of Time is, and Friend or Foe is just bad. It's a kiddie game that's not very good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so just heads up out there that some of those games, are going to be gone by the time you get your. You might want to think about getting, if you're wanting any of those, you might want to buy them now, because if you wait till after Christmas, they may be gone completely. Yeah. And this is on the heels of Zero Labs, makers of Skullgirls, and Konami getting into a little bit of a fit where Konami is requested, and Skullgirls will be pulled off of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network at the end of this month, only for the Skullgirls developer to put it back up under Skullgirls Encore, which will be free for anybody who has previously purchased Skullgirls. Yeah. So a lot of crazy digital stuff going on. We got a release date for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls on PC.
Yeah, March 25th, 2014.
And we know that that'll start the countdown clock on the PS4 version, because it's not been made official, but there's very strong rumors out there that the PS4 version will have Reaper of Souls, and Activision Blizzard has said that PS3 characters will carry over to the PS4 version. So I'm really excited to find out when that happens.
Yeah.
There was also, we didn't talk about it before the show, but it seems weird to me Square Enix is on this kick for their collector's editions to be exclusive to their online store. The Lightning Return, I just call it Final Fantasy 13-3, but I think technically it's Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. You all know what I mean, Final Fantasy 13-3. The collector's edition for that is exclusive to the Square Enix store.
Huh. Okay.
And it's got like the big thing with it, and I'm not really going to get because of it. It has the soundtracks for both games, which, hey, that's what 13.2 had. It's great. But it's not. It's a Blu-ray soundtrack for you to put in your Blu-ray player with video, and it's video and the songs. There's no way that I know of to get those songs and put them on your MP3 player of choice. So in other words, they pulled an Ubisoft. And those that remember my rants about the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed collector's editions, at least the ones prior to Assassin's Creed Revelations. No, 3. The ones prior to Assassin's Creed 3. I'm not a fan of locking the soundtrack to a disc and not being able to have access to the songs. Now, granted, I see what they're trying to do, but there should be a way to get those songs. But
there probably will be.
They've not said.
Have to buy them.
Oh well, yeah. But Square Enix loves to charge for, they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll have this available on CD for the low price of $49.99 or some crazy crap like that.
Yeah, probably. Or you can maybe get digital versions.
I don't know. I think that's even that expensive, maybe digitally. I don't know. But so I wasn't too happy about that. I'll keep my regular 13 I'm not getting Final Fantasy 13-3. I'm just going to, I'm not going to worry about now getting the collector's edition. I'll just wait till that game gets super cheap, like 13-3 or 13-2 has numerous times. The other thing is I'm kind of blending things together, but yeah, I'll stick with the regular Final Fantasy 10-2 collection. I won't worry about the collector's edition. It's 10 and 10-2 that have the Blu-ray soundtrack. The Final Fantasy 13-3 collector's edition was really crappy. It was just like an art book and something else. It was really crappy. It's the 10 and 10-2 that have the Blu-ray soundtrack. I'm getting those mixed up because we did find out that and this is so stupid. They're killing the sales, whatever they could get, of 13-3, which comes out like mid-February, and then mid-March is the 10-10-2 collection. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan, which one are you going to buy? Are you going to buy the HD remake of 10 and 10-2 or 13-3?
Neither, because I still have 13, or I still have 10.
Well, I want the HD versions in the trophy, so I've sold my PS2 copy, but anyway, so yeah, I just think that's kind of stupid that they're that close together, but whatever. But they also the 10-10-2 collection comes out mid-March. They finally clarified on Vita. If you buy it digital, you get both games for $40. If you buy it physical, the cart only has 10 on it, and then it'll come with a download for 10-2.
Okay. Weird way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So, and then Nintendo Direct had a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Some of it was just really weird. I mean, Nintendo...
Yeah, it's a lot of weird announcements more than anything else.
So we're getting a Zelda theme. We're getting a Zelda Dynasty Warriors game, Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell that game is going to turn out to be.
We're getting, and this is pretty much almost all Wii U stuff. Getting Dr. Luigi, Dr. Mario, except it's Luigi.
Well, hey, you're Luigi. Come on.
They showed some more stuff off about the new Yoshi's Island.
Mm-hmm.
They showed some more Donkey Kong stuff, and they stealth released that NES remix.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a WarioWare style minigame collection without the Wario wackiness. So it's a bunch of remixed stuff to do in classic NES games for $15.
Yeah. It sounded interesting.
Oh, and then golf's coming to the Wii Sports package for Wii U, which my answer to that was, how in the hell was that not already on there?
Because I think they're focusing on one sport per update.
Oh.
And they're just continuously updating it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that means for 24 hours, once again, it will be free for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every time they do an update, you get 24 free hours to play however much you want of it. But then you gotta pay. So, yeah. It's a weird release way. It's a weird release way to release for that game. But, yeah.
And then they showed off more stuff about, what is that? Bravely Default, which is out everywhere but here.
Yeah. It's coming out...
February, I think.
February next year, I think, something like that.
And then Sonic...
But I'm actually interested in that game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a throwback to Final Fantasy games of old. Only with a very, very interesting combat system and, unfortunately, not so much interesting story. Yeah. But the combat system looks amazing. So... I'm actually looking forward to it.
And then there's Nintendo-themed DLC for Sonic Lost World.
That was so weird. I don't understand that.
There's another 3DS Harvest Moon game coming out. There's some Mario and Luigi costumes for Monster Hunter 4. They showed off the airport track for Mario Kart 8 for Wii U. And then Rosalina is a playable character in Smash.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and they also mentioned that the Pokemon Bank for X and Y will be coming with a special Pokemon for the very first few months. First few months? I don't remember if they time limited the Pokemon or not, but yeah. Anybody who downloads and uses the bank for even once, you get a brand new Celebi. Yeah, I know. I can sense how excited everyone is.
Yeah.
So, it's something, but, once I want to say it's a free month trial of it expires, you got to pay $5 per year.
Well, it says annual, so that is per year?
It's what I want to say.
Okay.
I want to say it's a $5 annual price. But that allows you to store as many Pokemon as you want in the cloud. So, I don't think I would need that. Mm-hmm. Ever. But maybe I'll download it for the free Celebi.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
So.
3 different law firms have Electronic Arts in their sights to possibly do class action lawsuits about Battlefield 4's issues. One has investigated, and 2 other ones have already filed lawsuits.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them is from actually, I think 2 of them are from shareholders at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the new one is seeking a lead plaintiff.
Huh. Okay.
That's just from 11 hours ago, so that was late yesterday. But early today, yeah.
I don't know how EA decided that Battlefield 4 was in a state that it should have been released when it was released.
It's just they did a bad job supporting DICE enough to get it out the door, because they had to get it out the door. They pushed it. We
gotta beat Call of Duty. They
pushed it back to the week before Call of Duty, and
it was a bad idea.
Yeah,
because there were so many bugs.
Yeah. NBA 2K14 also says hi, at least for the next gen version.
Yeah. Isn't that like the only version, or is
there's 360 PS3.
Oh, okay.
Dragon's Crown also brought out a new free patch that raised the level cap by 156 levels and gives you a brand new 3rd difficulty and 3rd in dungeon for, if you get to level 99 on the 2nd difficulty. Now you have the Tower of Mirages in the ultimate difficulty setting that is essentially
156 new levels?
Yeah, the cap was 99 and now it's 255.
Okay. That's just a weird number.
Yeah. And then there's this new tower on the ultimate difficulty setting, which is the new 3rd setting, the Tower of Mirages. Each time you enter, its levels are randomized. And it's almost an endless tower. There are tens of thousands of levels to get through.
Of course, randomized.
And you're able now to create alternate, like if in that game there's this long, fairly long story. If you've already completed the story mode, if you want to start a new character, you can start the character with the story mode completed. As long as your as long as your group of save files has one with the story mode completed, if you want to create a new character, just boop, drop them right in, and it sets their level to whatever. So you don't have to grind through that game every time you want to create an alternate character.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a feature that more games should do. Yep,
and totally free.
Yeah.
So, and the last update did cross-play for Vita and PS3. It was cross-save previously, but now it's cross-play as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting a little bogged down with news
That's
here.
pretty much it. I mean, I just wanted to drop the Dragon's Crown in there.
Yeah. That's actually really good. I didn't know that was all the stuff that they were adding in.
Yeah, well, they kind of just stealth did it this week. They were just like, oh, PlayStation Blog has an update on Dragon's Crown. Yeah. I mean, added 156 levels and da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Atlas did send out an email saying, hey, there was a new update for Dragon's Crown. I saw that it was an update for Dragon's Crown. I was like, oh, okay. Delete, because I don't actually need to read it.
Well, right. But I think it was pretty significant for a free update.
I probably should have read it, because I didn't know about any of that.
Yeah.
152 levels.
156.
Nuts. 156 levels. That is nuts.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
Let's do the NPDs real quick because I'm running out of time here.
Yep.
Now it's that time of the month that causes gamers worldwide to be crabby and irrational. No, it's not PMS. It's NPD.
All right. Hit me with the numbers.
All right. Well, kind of pretty easy to figure out that this was the best November ever in terms of NPD's tracking, which only goes back to the mid-90s for hardware because, 2 new consoles launched at roughly the same time, a week apart. And, the 3DS is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why.
Well, that's combined with 2DS now, of course. And Pokemon and everything. So, hardware sales were up 58%. Software was down 24%. And then they don't mention accessories, but whatever accessories did ended up making the overall retail market up 7%.
Yeah, my guess is software was only down because of digital sales.
Well, that and probably also something I'll get into with Michael Pachter here. The PS4 attach rate is higher than either the PS2 or PS3 in terms of how many games the average owner has.
Oh.
And the PS4, of all the multi-platform games, PS4 sold more copies. Like there is...
Well, I mean, I can imagine. Just because the PlayStation got out there and just jabbed Microsoft right in the face constantly after they started messing up.
Yeah, like literally the only games that sold more on Xbox One than PS4 in terms of multi-platform, and these are probably minuscule differences, are Skylanders and Just Dance.
Yeah.
Like literally everything else, PS4 is either the number 2 or number 3 selling version of everything in the top 10. And Michael Pachter saying that Next Gen has frozen purchase of these cross-platform games because he was saying that Battlefield 4 was down 1.1 million from the first month sales of Battlefield 3 in 2011, but Battlefield 4 sales are 800,000 higher than November of 2011.
Huh.
So a lot of people like me were waiting to get the Battlefields and the Assassin's Creeds and whatnot until the next gen consoles.
Well, yeah.
And,
I mean, because you want those graphics and extra power.
Yeah, and other than the 3DS, none of Nintendo software really sold super well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I mean, Pokemon had a pretty big drop. Zelda 3DS, for only being on the market for a week or so, did pretty good. And then Mario 3D World just did nothing. But the problem with that is it's tied to the Wii U. And
yeah, that's unfortunate because that game looks pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so here's the top 10. Number 10 is FIFA 14.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Disney Infinity.
Sure.
Number 8, Just Dance 2014.
Oh, God. Ubisoft, why? Why do you do this to me?
Because the Wii game was on sale for $15 on Black Friday. It was the number 1 SKU.
Mm.
All right, number 7, Skylander Swap Force. Number 6, NBA 2K14. I gotta be a little disappointed about that. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, they got reason to be disappointed.
Number 4, Madden. EA's gotta be happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Number 2, Battlefield 4. And number 1, Call of Duty Ghosts. Although it came out today in an article on Kotaku that Ghost is down 25% from Black Ops 2.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why.
In terms of hardware, PlayStation 4 was number 1 at 1.1 million units sold. Xbox One sold just over 900,000. The 3DS is estimated to have sold 770,000 units. The 360 still did fairly well. It sold 647,000 units. That's down almost 50% though from last year. And then the poor Wii U only did 220K with the Mario game launching.
Yeah.
Mario 3D World only sold 215,000 copies. Zelda 3DS, counting the system bundles, sold 405,000. And Pokemon X and Y sold about 450,000.
Yeah, I think the reason Mario didn't do better is probably because of the new consoles.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just it wasn't enough to get Wii U. I mean, people make the joke about Vita. Vita actually has a lot more games for it, even though it's not selling, than the Wii U. I mean, the Wii U is starting to get there somewhat, but
yeah,
they're running out of silver bullets. I mean, first it was Zelda, Wind Waker HD and Mario, and now they're down to Mario Kart and Smash, and the possibility of a new Zelda.
Oh no, there definitely is a new Zelda. It's in the works. It's just that there's no way it's going to be done next year.
Right, but I mean, they're just running out of silver bullets. I mean, this is... And people keep calling it the GameCube, the GameCube. The GameCube had a decent amount of third-party games. Yeah. They still got, like I have the X-Men Legends games on GameCube because 4 controller ports. It was a lot easier to play 4 players, even with the one less button. I beat X-Men Legends 1 on GameCube. I have X-Men Legends 2, but my save file is on the PS2 version because, I thought I was going to play it online, so I got it. I got the GameCube version later on, but I need to finish the PS2 version at some point because I was on like Chapter 4, and I'm not restarting.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you had your Skies of Arcadia. You had a bunch. I mean, I've got a bunch of third-party games on GameCube. This is worse than GameCube. Maybe sales-wise it's similar, but software support-wise, the GameCube had more software than Wii U does.
Yeah. All right. So is that it?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, now, to be fair, the Wii U hardware did increase by 340% over October, but yeah, so still, the 220K when its direct competitors sold 2 million by themselves. You literally did 1/10 of the business of PS4 and Xbox One combined.
Yeah, they're just not getting the third parties that they need.
Well, it's a chicken and the egg thing. People make that joke about Vita. Vita has more games than people realize, and the Wii U is just, I don't know. They're running out of silver bullets. I don't know how they fix the ship.
Yeah.
But no, that's it.
I think they just need to keep putting out Nintendo games. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point they're going to run out, and like Steven Totillo has said, how in the hell is Minecraft as popular as it is with kids not on Nintendo? How has Nintendo not backed up the truck to Mojang and been like, okay.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense either. I don't know.
Okay.
And since we don't know, I think that's going to have to do it for this week.
Yeah.
Alright, so don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes or no longer on the Zune Marketplace, because the Zune Marketplace doesn't exist.
I think you can still get it if you still had Zune, but...
You could still use the Zune software, sure. Yeah. But
I think it's technically Xbox Music, because you can get podcasts off Xbox Music, because I've heard people talk about... So we need to start saying Xbox Music. Because you can listen to if you have an Xbox Music subscription, you can listen to it. I know because I've heard people talking about Podcast Unlocked. You can listen to podcasts through Xbox Music on the Xbox One.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and also some people have had the Podcast Unlocked people be talking and shut people's Xboxes off. Not intentionally, but connect. Like, they'll say like Xbox, their Kinects will go crazy because the Kinect here is Xbox.
Oh, Kinect. How you ruin things so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway. You can also get us on Stitcher Radio for your iPhones and Android devices on your lovely smartphones. So you can listen to us on the go. And yeah. That's, I think, going to do it for this week. Unless you want to do the Twitter stuff.
Yeah, we're on Twitter at Checkmate Arcade. If you send a tweet to that, I will see it because it's tied to my phone. Or if you want to interact with me directly, I'm at MSU Hitman.
And if you want to hit me up for Twitter questions, whatever, I'm at Dark Boss Man. Go ahead and like the Facebook page, Checkmate Arcade. It's 2 separate words. Yeah, I think that'll do it for this week. It says, I have been on a roller coaster ride of flare of emotions in so many different directions. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
Yeah, I'm ready for Christmas to be over. I'm tired. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
Yeah, we gotta get you pumped up with some Christmas spirit. And maybe some caffeine.
I've been drinking that. I'm down to half a bottle of Coke here.
Well, we're gonna have to get you a lot more caffeine for those next couple 12-hour days.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, and we'll see you on live, PSN, and maybe even on the net.
Peace out, everybody.